Shalom, shalom, Israel. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Okay, everything is everything. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world, and he called Jesus the Christ. And I want to give double honors while honor is due to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who've been ruling well through the Spirit, bringing forth 100% of Most High doctrine to the best of their ability, teaching His word and believing in His word. And a mighty shalom to the brothers underneath the apostles and the elders that's teaching His word and believing in His word, and for the hopeful elect scattered abroad, four corners of the earth, and scattered four corners of America, in congregations, out congregations, that's teaching His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High to continue to have you to endure. Lord willing, one day we be on one accord, right? For the wives and the single sisters that's playing their role, trying to be virtuous women. Shalom, shalom. Lord willing, the Most High continue to have you playing your role in this thing. Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. This, Lord willing, is straight to the point. This lesson is called reconciliation. And if you don't know what reconciliation is, wait, hold on, let me make sure y'all still can hear me. Reconciliation. Okay. Let me make sure y'all still can hear me. I want to make sure everything is copacetic. Okay, reconciliation. It is reuniting. Reconciliation is reuniting, reunion, the act of causing two people or groups to become friendly again after an argument or a disagreement. We're going to really be going into the reconciliation of Israel coming back to the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, yielding to the commands and the requirements of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and walking in the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to the best of their ability. I'm not going to go too crazy. There's many precepts that I wanted to bring out, especially history, but I don't want to, go too crazy. But this was all inspired by a brother, GMS Adawan Ratazan, right? That's his YouTube page. He was doing a lesson on Hellenization, how Israelites became Gentiles in the New Testament. And I'm like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Now, y'all might not be able to see it on the screen, so I'm going to just let you see it. This is the video I'm talking about that actually inspired me to do this lesson, right, through the grapevine. I'm like, you know what? I might as well talk a little about Gentiles, but I ain't going to go too crazy, right? You see the background. This is symbolic. This is really supposed to be Israel, right? But let's get right to the point. Let's get right into it. Salaki. We're gonna go to 2 Corinthians first. Lord willing, we just hit it straight at the point. No playing around. Let me just write a comment. Lord willing, everybody is having a great morning. So Tawab Barakar, which means good morning. If y'all got any precepts, drop them in the comment section, or any questions, that's fine too. If not, hey, it is what it is. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 18 to 19. And it reads, all these things are of God, who have reconciled us to himself by Yahushua HaMashiach, and have given to us the ministry of reconciliation, basically reuniting us, let alone the family of Israel reuniting, right? It says, to wit, that God, which is in Hamashiach, reconciling the world unto himself, not imputing their trespass unto them, and have committed unto us the word of reconciliation. right? I even read an NLT for anybody. And all of this is a gift from the Most High, who brought us back to himself through Hamashiach. The Lord brought us back into his ministry by the faith of Hamashiach Yahushai, right? By the blood shed of Hamashiach Yahushai. And the Most High has given us this task of reconciling people to him, which would be the scattered, dispersed of Israel, let alone the Gentiles. It says, for God, for the Most High was in Hamashiach, reconciling the world to himself, no longer counting on people's sins against them. And he gave us this wonderful message of reconciliation, right? By the bloodshed of Hamashiach Yahushai. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3. It says, that then Yahweh thy power, Yahweh Salaki, that then Yahweh Shemashai thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whether Yahweh Shemashai thy power have scattered thee, right? A lot of us should be speaking on these things, let alone we should all be praying that the Lord comes and restore the nation of Israel. We're all broken down. We're not in our land, right? We're not, the men is not exalted in their true position. We don't have enough wise women in the nation of Israel, let alone, of course, you got brothers teaching here. Brothers, we're not in oneness. We're not in one accord. And this is even more why congregations should be teaching of Hamashiach Yahushai, let alone teaching the prophecies to usher those things in so that brothers and sisters can be warned, truly be warned by the right understanding of these prophecies, right? But slowly and surely, the nation of Israel is slowly getting builded, right? In different aspects, right? This is Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 12 and 13. It says, as the shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that is among his sleep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day, right? The Lord is going to come and get us. Ain't no ifs and buts. Whoever the hopeful elect, Lord willing, we are a part of that hopeful elect. That says, and I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries, and will bring them to their own land and feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the habitant places of the country. Right? We want the Lord to come get us. Right? Let me just go to this precept that it keep popping up in my dang head. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, the 15th chapter, right? Because this all stems to the whole nation of Israel, right? Let alone the northern kingdom, right? I'm gonna read this in the GNT, Lord willing, it can smack you, right? Verse 14 all the way to 20. It says, he himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. If thou wilt keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, automatically you should already know from verse 15 he is talking about Israelites, because Psalms 147 verse 19 and 20, but verse 19, he only gave his laws unto Jacob. 16, and he have set fire and water before thee, and stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. Before man is life and death. So before us is life and death. That life is that reconciliation, right? Let alone we have to yield to the power of the Most High by rehearsing the righteous acts, which is the law, in moving in faith every day, right? Constantly renewing yourself, constantly cutting the foreskin. So all of us should choose life. If you're choosing death, you're doing the opposite from obeying Yahweh Shem Shai. It says, and whether him liketh shall be given him. For the wisdom of Yahweh Shemashai is great, and he is mighty in power and upholdeth all things. And his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man. That's why Jeremiah 17:10, the Lord searched the heart, and he tries the rein, and he give every man according to his ways. So that lets you know, even when it says the eyes of the Lord is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, is because the Lord uphold all things, the angels, freaking animal. The Lord is why, the Lord could see you through another one of his vessels, another person in your household or in these streets. Can nothing pass the eyes of the Lord. And he have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. Now, yes, Yahushua came into the picture, but he still didn't give you no license to sin, right? Well, wait, Yahushua is different. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. A lot of us is we hold integrity. We hold the law to the highest T, just like Paul. And Paul seen it even more richness having Hamashiach Yahushua. He said, I don't need none of these things, man. Having the law uphold and knowing that you got grace to Hamashiach Yahushua, and knowing that the bloodshed is the remission of sins, it's even more to speak on this to the Gentiles, man. Right? We have to always want to cut the foreskin, right? The heart, even physically, you want to do that. Is another thing that I wanted to do on the side. Bring out the second Esdras. Shalom, my brother, man. Yawasab from the Caribbeans. This is my brother right there. You could definitely read this in the KJV. I mean, I've been reading the KJV, but it was just, for some brothers that's not in this thing or don't understand or don't care. I like to smack people with the word. They be like, wait, I never heard of that before, but you're going to hear it today. I'm going to just go to it. This is second Esdras chapter 3, verse 30. It says, when I saw how you tolerate sinners and do not punish them, how you protect your enemies, yet destroy your own people. You haven't given the faintest hint as to how these ways of yours can be changed. Surely Babylon is no better than Jerusalem. No other nation except Israel has ever known you or accepted your covenants. Only the nation of Israel have accepted or known Yahweh Shem Shai. So I'm really bringing this out just to even know when they're talking about Gentiles, they're talking about a people who are not a people, which is the northern kingdom. Once upon a time, the northern kingdom knew who Yahweh Shem Shai. They were walking in the ways of the Lord. They just cleaved to the customs of the Grecians. They cleaved to the customs of the Assyrians, of any nation that they were put into, right? Verse 33, it says, but Israel was never rewarded, which this is Hamashiach, the coming of Hamashiach Yahushai, getting that kingdom, let alone Yahushai dying. Hey, that's even more of a reward, right? Ushering in the new covenant, which we are not in. It says, and never profited from his labor. I have traveled widely in other nations, and I have seen how prosperous they are, although they don't keep their commands. And this is Ezra speaking. Now then, Yahweh Shemashai, if you would just weigh our sins on the scales against those of the rest of the world, it would perfectly clear. It would be perfectly clear that their sins are heavier, right? But you have to understand, the Lord, Shalom, Taylor, Shalom. I see you, Agua. Yahweh Shemashai Brakathum, right? Their sins is going to be heavier, but the Lord is dealing with Israel. We are his chosen. So the Lord is going to punish us way different. Let alone if my children is lighting something like a public building up, right? And they're doing it with other kids. I'm going to punish my kids more than that kid because that kid is not my child, right? The Lord is calling the children of Israel his children, let alone Israel is his firstborn, just like Yahushai is the firstborn creation. Right? Adam was the firstborn on that had the breath of life that was on the earth, right? Verse 35, it says, there has never been a time when the people of the world did not sin against you. But has any other nation kept your commands as well as Israel has? You may find individuals who have, but you won't find a nation that has done so. Is no nation in this world that kept the customs of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, let alone even try to, right? I just want to get that last part in the KJV so y'all can see it. You know, scriptures should always make you want to go read it. Anything that I'm bringing out, you should want to go read for yourself too, so that you can have the understanding and the precepts in your own notebook, right? You got to search history, right? Second Ezra chapter 3 again, and I'm gonna just go back to the bottom part, verse 34 down. It says, weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and theirs also that dwell in the world. So shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. So only in the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom will the Most High name be found. It says, or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. Let alone the precepts goes back into law or commandments. So no other nation kept the precepts, even line upon line of the scriptures, let alone the law, statutes, and commandments, which is 613 of them. No other nation. So people got to stop putting that Gentile and making it seem for all nations. When you look at the northern kingdom, once upon a time they were keeping it. Even in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter, they were trying to flee from the Assyrians, saying, hey, let's go to this far land and let's see if we can keep our statutes and our commandments. It's in scriptures. So it's only the nation of Israel. And I'm going to just show you a glimpse of it, because I'd rather be God true and every man a liar, right? So chapter 13, when you go all the way down to verse 40, I'm not reading this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get there where I need to be, right? I'm going to start from 40 to 42. It says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land into the hand of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of the Assyrian, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. So came they into another land, but they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of heathen and go forth unto a farther country where never man dwelt, and they might there keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land. Which statues was those, right? The northern kingdom came all the way over here to keep the statues of Yahweh Shema Shai. I'm trying to see if I can bring up a picture. Do I got it? Nope. No, I don't got it. I thought I had it. I thought I had it in here. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find him. Watch. Where is that? 45. There we go. I'm going to try to find it just so y'all can see it. This is the land that the Northern Kingdom came to, right? But let alone the Northern Kingdom started moving like these damn Gentiles. And that's how they became Gentiles, right? A lot of us don't understand the word. I seen my brother Yawasop on TikTok, and he was going, hey, and through the spirit, this is another reason why I'm doing this. I seen him doing his thing, and I had my mind on something else, but the Lord brought me to bringing this out. For some reason, they're not showing the picture that I really want, but it's okay. If I can get the clear one, it'd be better. because Arsareth would really be so-called America, right? Just like how I say is Arsareth America. Probably saying it so wrong, but I'm sorry, y'all cannot find this dang picture. I knew I should have saved it. It's probably in one of my inboxes from texting somebody, but I'm not about to go through all of that, right? But I showed you. I'm trying to show you, but it's okay. It's okay. The edification's still gonna go out, right? Where was we at? Where was I at? Let's go to Ezekiel. Where is it at? Ezekiel 34, boom, verse 12 to 13. It says, oh yeah, we already read this, right? I'm gonna read it again. It says, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark place, and I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the from the countries, and will bring them to their own land and feed them upon mountains of Israel by the rivers and all the inhabitant places of the country. Right, the real hopeful elect who is actually, his brothers that's actually in this ministry desiring that day to actually be taken out of this place. Of course, we have some brothers that still sleep, wake your butt up, that don't understand who they is, let alone a lot of our brothers and sisters in Israel are still moving like Gentiles, let alone back then, the same mind frame of Gentiles or following a whole custom agenda. They did this in the Greek captivity, let alone the whole world was exposed to the Greek philosophy, right? It became popular. And what they did is they pushed it. They pushed it to the four corners of the earth. Come on. Okay. What the heck is going on? I'm sorry, y'all. Heem just acted a little bing. My computer going through some withdrawals. So from Zechariah chapter 8, verse 7 to 8, it says, thus saith Yahweh, Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country. And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power in truth and in righteousness. Right? Israel was scattered four corners of the earth. Like I had said about the Greek Empire of Alexander, and the craziest thing, I have notes on it too, which is even better. I have notes just to show, not even notes, I have a website just to even show that the language, the customs of the Greeks was pushed, right? This is probably my favorite picture of it right here. Whatever land during the time of Alexander and for the four successors after Alexander died, they continue to push the Greek philosophy, right? This is all the way from everywhere you see red, they push that, right? And it's the same thing we deal with in America right now. And I'm gonna show you if I can get this information. Look right there. Let's get it. All praises to the Most High. Alexander the Great and a Hellenization in the 4th century BC. Right, y'all can go get this website right here. You know, it's right there. It's right there. So I'm gonna read right here, and I'm gonna just go to the point. It says Hellenization was the process of disseminating Greek culture and language throughout the area Alexander had conquered. And this process continued after his death, led by his general Ptolemy and Seleucus, right, in the 4th century BC. Also saw the rise of Greek philosophy with the lives of Plato, and Salaki, basically Alexander's tutor, right? But the Greek culture and the language went out all the land that Alexander had conquered, which, let me see if we can find it again. Where we at? Right here. Right? So the culture, the language, the customs was pushed everywhere, right? All around the, even probably all around the outskirts of it. It was pushed everywhere. Let alone, it says from 334 to 323 BC, right? Slowly through the grapevine, the Roman Empire, or the Roman, right, another part of Esau, was growing. So even the Roman was cleaving on to the philosophies and the cultures of the Greeks. That's why the Greek games, like where they had gladiators, the Romans was doing that. Let alone, why do you think America has the same treatment? That right there is Uncle Tom right here. What we just read right here would be Uncle Tom. Hellenization would be Uncle Tom, right? Greek culture, Uncle Tom. The language throughout the area where Alexander had conquered, Uncle Tom. The Americans, the Europeans, they came here, conquered land, and now we over here speaking hi, hey, how you doing? We're spelling. That's Uncle Tom right there, right? So we're doing the ones that's ruling is doing the same thing that they did back then. You were Hellenized. Guess what? You started moving like a Greek, right? And then they call you Gentiles, right? But Gentiles just mean nations. Let alone a lot of people was just called Gentiles because where they reside, right? But a real Greek, right, is somebody that is a descendant of Japhet. But Esau went to go conquer many lands, let alone when they when the Lord made their place desolate, they went and they said they will return and build the desolate places, in which they did, which would even go into the 7 horns, which, you know, of course, I got it in my handy dandy notes. You know, they continue to build, and of course, Greeks, Romans, French, Spanish, Germany Major, Germany Minor, British, Switzerland, Sweden, where else? Canada, America. We could keep on going where they actually went to lands and actually conquered. And of course, they try to push their culture, their language, their philosophies on people, just like the Greeks did, right? Hellenization. What you asking? You asking what is Hellenization? Hellenization is exactly what you're reading on the screen right here. Hellenization is the process of disseminating Greek culture and language throughout the area Alexander had conquered. And of course, the process continued after his death. It continued by his four successors, from what I know, right? Let alone also saw the rise of Greek philosophy. Oh, Khan. Okay. All praises, all praises. See, somebody following along. You feel me? Okay, so I am going to have to get a verse from the book of Baruch. This is Baruch, the 4th chapter, verse 37. And it reads, look, your children, I'm gonna start at 35. It says, I, the eternal power, the eternal God, will send down fire on her, and it will burn for many days. Her ruin will be haunted by demons for a lifetime. Look to the east, Jerusalem, and see the joy that the Most High is bringing to you. Look, your children are coming home, the children that were taken from you. They have been gathered together from the east and from the west by the command of the Most High, the Holy One. And now they are coming home rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. And in that day, when even, because every time the Lord always was taking us from the hands of our oppressors in each different captivity and oppression. This great one, we're going to be so happy, right? Israel is going to be rejoicing, especially at the presence of their Lord and Savior coming, right? And of course, there's going to be a lot of crying. It's a lot of people going to be scared. People going to be afraid in that day, but you're going to have the hopeful elect, whoever you may be, Lord willing, we are part of that, who is actually going to be joyful, you know. But this is why you want to hear prophecies, dark sayings, and parables as much as you can, because every man and woman should try to want to be ready spiritually and mentally. Spiritually, mentally, get your body right physically, but spiritually and mentally, you want to be ready for the coming of the Lord. Let alone if you spiritually and mentally get ready, you let go of things of this world, majority of it, right? Everybody is not going to just stop doing it cold turkey, but Lord willing, brothers and sisters can try. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 5 and 6. It says, fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. This is just laying off of Baruch 4 and 37. Verse 6, I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth, right? The Lord wants to reunite us back together, let alone, even though brothers say, oh, all these different camps, the Lord is reuniting Israel just by getting back to actually teaching, thus saith the Lord. Brothers probably, there's a lot of brothers that got their prophecies in a sticky situation, right? Hey, I follow the umbrella of the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone, regardless if you accept it or not, right? But the hopeful elect is going to get selected out of all these other congregations, even brothers that's not even in this ministry. Brothers is going to get solidified, but you still got to analyze the prophecies brothers is bringing out so that you can have it correctly. Go tell your kids, let alone you as a man, you should be teaching your household. Go teach the nation, man. Go feed them. Let alone teach them on solitude, right? Teach them on pride. Teach them on how to endure. Teach them on the insurance of Yahweh Shema Shai. Let alone he is our insurance. Teach them on the Redeemer, right? Teach them about who a prophet is, right? Get into it about the history or the captivities. Man, teach your daughters about the women, like the mighty women in Israel. Teach your daughters on the bad or the wicked part of women, right? Because we need to know the bad and the good and bad, right? Let alone to really know the Gentiles that Paul was speaking to, you have to know the bad about Israel. People want to put all these other nations and say the Lord is going to come back for them, but they didn't keep not one thing of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Regardless if we had one heathen. When I read in 2nd Esdras, the 3rd chapter, I had to read it in the G&T just to tell you. It says maybe one kept it, but you didn't see a whole nation. You've seen a whole nation of Israel keep the ways of the Lord, fall off, come back to the ways of the Lord and fall off. You've seen the northern kingdom come back. I mean, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, try to hold on the ways of the Lord to the best of their ability. Let alone the northern kingdom wanted to flee so that they could keep the statutes of the Lord, but couldn't. Yes, you had the southern kingdom that thought Yahushua believing in the Lord was foolishness. Teaching the Gentiles was foolishness. Then even the Gentiles thought it was nonsense of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? This is what Israel had. This is what Israel done. But the Lord still had a remnant in each time to teach, let alone it's a remnant within a remnant, right? It's a remnant right now that's teaching teaching Israel right now. The Lord chosen a handful to be a part of this ministry to teach, thus saith the Lord, right? Oh, I tell you more about, the mighty women. What I mean mighty as in a virtuous woman, a woman that stayed in her place, right, as a wife, building other sisters up, right? Esther was a great mighty wife. She yielded to her husband in every attribute. But we'll get to that. Lord willing, we'll get to that, right? Let's go to Isaiah 54:8. It says, "In a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, thy Redeemer." So with the Lord, he's gonna have a little wrath on us. It might seem long, but it's not really long. It's only for a moment, right? Let's get that. Let's get that Galatians. Let's get that Galatians. What the Lord is putting us through is just for a moment. Serving the Lord is long suffering, right? Galatians 3:14. It says that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Yahushua HaMashiach, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith, right? And those Gentiles is not talking about the other nations. Those Gentiles is talking about the Gentiles of Israel that went into these other nations. This is talking about the Gentiles of Israel that cleave to paganism. But it's okay. Sometimes you can't just look at scriptures and just think, oh, this is talking about everybody. The Lord called people in these scriptures names, let alone you hear him talking about Abraham. When did the other nations have to do with anything of Abraham? Ethnos, right? And that goes into, it really goes into this right here. But I'm gonna read it because I know people watching. Oh, bro, you just picking your favorite spot. You have to know, what is this scripture attending to? All of these attributes is telling you what it goes into, but which one fits it? It's going to fit the last two, technically, right? It says a multitude, whether of men or of beasts, associated or living together, which still backs that up, right? A company, troop, swarm. It says a multitude of individuals of the same nature, genus, the human family, a tribe, nation, people group, right? So it definitely is a people group. It's not just a tribe, it's actually a few tribes. So we already know a tribe is cut off. It can't say nation because this is the northern kingdom. The whole Israel is a nation, but partial of it is not a nation, right? So it could have said people of a nation, then that will go. But when they say people group, That will help too, right? In the Old Testament, foreign nations who worship, foreign nations not worshiping the true God, the true power, pagans, Gentiles. So we became foreigners because we wasn't worshiping the true Almighty. We started to yield to paganism, Gentiles. Paul used the term for Gentile Christians. Well, you would have to go to the Maccabees to even get that, to even understand exactly what the heck I'm even talking about. Where we at? Oh, right here. Which I'll actually go to right now. You can go to Second Maccabees. It's actually a few chapters you can go to, but Lord willing, we can just go straight to the point. So Second Maccabees chapter 4. I'm gonna read it in KJV and the GNT, just in case if nobody have this preset. It's okay. It's sometimes it happens to me. It happens to me too, right? Verse 11, it says, "He began by abolishing the favors that John had secured for the Jews from previous Assyrian kings. John was the father of Eupolemus, who later went to Rome." See, and it shows you Rome was already built, and Rome was even following the Greek mythology too, philosophy, bullcrap, to make an alliance and to establish ties of friendship. Jason also did away with our Jewish customs and introduced new customs that were contrary to our law. So let's read it again. Verse 11. "In the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for an enmity and ad, he took away in putting down the governments which were according to the law. He brought up new customs against the law, for he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat. Now such was the height of Greek fashions and increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wreck, and no priest." And you can keep on going with that, but we're going to go to Second Maccabees, the 6th chapter, where it really gets you into, right? When you go to the First Maccabees introduction, when you go into like the prologues, it says Antiochus, or Antioch Epiphanes, however you pronounce it, a murderous tyrant who was aggressively forcing Greek customs and culture on Judeans. That's another way how we got Hellenized. You know what? Make it even better. How about I just show you? My mom always said, "Do not be a liar, son." So what I'm gonna try to do, I want to show you how not to be a liar. Right here. See, everything I just said is right there. It says, "Who together led a revolution against King Antiochus, or Antiochus, surname Epiphanes," which is talking about the son of Mattathias, right? And his sons. It says, "Antiochus Epiphanes, a murderous tyrant who was aggressively forcing Greek customs and cultures on Judeans, even to the extent of setting up an altar of Zeus in the Jerusalem temple. As the rebellion expanded, the son of Judas distinguished himself as a courageous leader by means of clever guerrilla warfare. He eventually regain control of Jerusalem, which you can continue on going. The book of Maccabees is a very good book, let alone I even have to go back and even finish even more, right? But Second Maccabees chapter 6, I might just go, I should just go straight to the point. Yeah, I'll probably just go, man. I'll start at verse 5. It says, the altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbidden. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew, right? Let alone if you couldn't even say you was a Jew. In some case, we say in the Northern Kingdom was called Greeks. You have to know some of even the Northern Kingdom, right? The Northern Kingdom did come to America, but you have to know some of them was with the Southern Kingdom too, right? So you have to know even some of the Jews, just like what you've seen. If you see in Jews couldn't call themselves Jews, let alone the Northern Kingdom couldn't even. You don't see Gad, Reuben, or Naphtali in the New Testament. They were called Gentiles, right? It says, in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat the sacrifices, and when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession of Bacchus, carrying ivy. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by suggestion of Ptolemy, which is Egypt, against the Jews, that they should observe the fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves in the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery. When you go to First Maccabees, you'll see some of the Israelites yielded to the authority. You have in First Maccabees, the first chapter, verse 11 down, where you have some coon-ass Israelites that was basically snitching on Israelites. Now let's get Ptolemy, right? Because Ptolemy is even one of the good reasons why a lot of us got Hellenized, right? So let's see if Google is going to be nice today and let me get what I want. Give me what I need. Give me what I want. I'm almost done, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long. Okay, Ptolemy. Where is it at? See, now I know y'all not about to get crafty with me. Where is it at? Bing, bop, boom. So now they don't want to show what I seen. They don't want me to show it. Stop playing with me, man. Okay, you want to do that? It's okay. We gonna find what we looking for. We gonna find what we looking for. Is this it? I'm looking for something straight to what I'm looking for, just to show he is actually a part of the Hellenization too, right? Because this the Hellenization even went further after Alexander the Great died. I don't think they're gonna show me it. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna yeah, I see they getting a little funny over here. See, they got everything else right up here. But it's supposed to keep going down where it says, he was pushing that Hellenization. Damn near all the four successors after Alexander was pushing the Hellenization, right, around the empire. So let's see. Let's see if we can sneak that in there. Yeah, they might not give it to me right away. Maybe I should just accept what I already had with Alexander the Great, right? Hellenism is the adoption of Greek culture. Ooh, okay. They ain't gonna give me what I want because I really wanted it to say Ptolemy was pushing it. Wait, who that? Nope, that's not him. That's Alexander the Great. So we're gonna get in here closer. Let's get in here closer. Hellenization. You see it? Hellenization is the adoption. Greek culture, religion in Greece is dominant by Christianity, in particular the Greek Orthodox Church. Such on. Language and identity by non-Greeks. Did you see that? It says an adoption of Greek culture, religion, language, and identity by non-Greeks. So even the northern kingdom of Israel, they were non-Greeks, but they adopted Greek cultures, religion, language, identity. I hope y'all get that. I hope y'all get that. So when you see Paul talking to Gentiles, that became that move like Gentiles in the flesh, but not Gentiles by blood, right? Those Israelites adopted Greek cultures, religion, and language, right? This was in a Hellenistic period. Look, and they show you it. Let alone even the Roman Empire was they grew on that Hellenization. Look, much of its territory was Hellenized. Look, many of the territories which were conquered by Alexander the Great, which I showed in the map, were Hellenized. Under the Eastern Rome Empire, wait, I'm trying to see if they'll let me read it. The Byzantine Empire, also refers to as the Eastern Roman Empire, where you can read about this in Babylon Timbuktu. I can show you which page you can start with. Let me see. Bop, bop, boom, bibbidi bing. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. I'm going to show you, where is it at? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Not it. Boom. Okay, so we passed it. Oh, shoot. Nope, this one talking about the Africans. 46. I'm trying to get it right to the point. So it's right between, you could say right between page 33, page 33. Well, I want to make sure whenever y'all read it, y'all can get the whole majestic of it, you know, because I don't want y'all just to get one page. I want you to you man. There's some things in here. You heard? Where is that? I would say probably from that page all the way going to page 84, right? And you'll read about the growth of the Eastern Roman Empire, but let alone you can keep on going, keep on going. Definitely check this book out. Actually, I can tell you the exact page. Yeah, so you could kind of start. You could start at page 38, damn near all the way going, damn near to page 87. Yeah, you could probably read all the way to page 87 in Babylon the Timbuktu and know about the growth of the Roman Empire, right? So then it says, much of its territory was Hellenized. In modern times, Greek culture has prevailed over minority cultures in modern Greece, let alone, let me see. I think that's basically it. You know, usually when you talk about Gentiles, you got to understand about, you have to get into like even Sister Taylor got Hellenization. You have to understand what being Hellenized is. And you can see it right here. So Lord willing, y'all can remember this. I'm damn near going to save this. I'm going to save this page. So if I ever have to bring it up again. But you understand Hellenization is the adoption of Greek culture, religion, language, and identity by non-Greeks. The northern kingdom of Israel are non-Greeks. And they picked up and they adopted the Greek culture, religion, language, and identity. This is a fact. You can look at America. We're doing the same thing now that we did back then. Even our oppressors is pushing the same thing that they did to us back then, and they doing it to us now, right? And you just seen it in the Maccabees. So Lord willing, I gave it to you. Lord willing, I gave some of the sense, right? Lord willing, next time I'll be able to touch up on it even more. Isaiah 54 verse 7. It says, for a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. So this is a small moment the Lord abandoned us, right? We still are able to still be close to the Lord because we get to pray, we get to fast, and we get to read and meditate on scriptures, right? But the Lord ain't moving on like doing what he was doing back then. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of bros, he was doing this and that. Like the Lord moving in a way different way right now. It's still the same, right? Verse 8, it says, in a little wrath, I hid my face from thee for a moment. It's just a moment the Lord hiding his face from you, right? But if you really in this ministry of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to see between the lines, the Lord is still guiding the way, because St. John 6:44, the Lord has to draw you to his son. So the Lord is he's still making moves, right? For the sake of the hopeful elect, right? But with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith Yahweh Shema Shai, thy Redeemer. The Lord's going to always have mercy upon Israel. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4. verse 17, it says, for a little, Salaki, for a light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Right? So for our light affliction, which is our present trouble, is just small. It's not going to last that very long. You want to know why? This is even better. And every time when I hear this verse, it's kind of, our thoughts is not, the Lord thoughts. His ways is not our ways, but it's amazing. Like he gives me confidence with this. You know what I'm saying? 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, it says, but beloved, be not arrogant of this one thing, that one day is with Yahweh Shema Shai as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So when you think about it, if everybody's saying Yahweh Shai was here 2,000 years ago, that's 2 days. Today is what, everybody? What is today's date? Today is Thursday. So that means 2 days ago was Tuesday. Wednesday, Tuesday. So Tuesday, when you really look at it, but Yahweh Shai all the way back then in his time, in the eyes of the Lord, 2,000 years ago was 2 days. We almost out of this thing. Want to have your mind on the prize, man. We want to be reunited with our power. We want to be reunited with the whole nation of Israel. I don't want to just be connected with just Negro only, which is the southern kingdom. I want to be with Ephraim. That's a cake. That's a cake that's not turned. And what's a cake not turned? It's burned on the bottom and it's light at the top. So it's going to be different shades. The whole kingdom of Israel went through a lot of shit, and we need to be reunited with the Most High. A lot of people sleep. They need to be reunited with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They need to know things is going to be okay, but they need to understand we fucked up. I'm pointing the finger at Esau. But before I point the finger at Esau, I'm pointing the finger at you, Jake, brothers and sisters. You sisters that want to be called bitches, sluts, and buckets, and you brothers that want to be called a gangster, a nigga. I'm talking to y'all, man. We got to come back to our power, let alone we got to come back together. A lot of us is afraid to learn. Like, oh, I'm not going to learn from a man. Hey, no, you damn right. Don't learn from a man that wants to move like a man of this world, but learn from a man that fears the Lord, let alone watch how he move in the spirit like you watch. Do he correct himself? Is he bringing out the scriptures right? Can you see it? If you can comprehend what he's saying and you get what the person's saying, make sure it's not something that feel good. Make sure you feel like this brother is teaching you your sins, right? Because I'm not going to lie. The scriptures is not all about, oh, I feel so good. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that yet. Please show me where that's at. I want to feel good. I haven't seen that yet. You know, I might wake up and smile every day, but you really don't feel good, man, when you in the hands of your oppressors, man. Let's get it. 2nd Ezra chapter 1, verse 5. I had to go to my physical just to feel it. Right. So verse 5, it says, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that I may tell their children's children. Right. So we gotta go tell our people their sinful deeds. Stop just telling brothers. Yeah, you could tell them they rude, but as soon as you tell them they rude, Jake, they gonna ask, okay, well then what happened next? Is you willing to listen? I'm gonna hurry up and tell you that I'm gonna go to scriptures. We fucked up. Brothers was making their sons some damn sodomite, sweet tooth, Frank Ocean. We was giving our daughter up to be a damn whore in the street. No, buddy. we got to do better. I had to even stutter. That's how real it was. I had to stutter. That's all, folks. You know what I'm saying? Second Ezra chapter 3, verse 20. The Lord make you, when you really want to get this word, the Lord make you really feel bad for the things you've done. Let alone, I can't remember everything I done, that we done. I have to go search it. Right? Second Ezra chapter 3, verse 20. It says, let me start at 19. It says, thy glory went through 4 gates, of fire and of earthquakes and of wind and of cold, that thou mightest give the law into the seed of Jacob in diligence unto the generation of Israel. You do not see no other nation that was given this law or diligence. It says, and yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart, that thy law might bring forth fruit in them, which the Lord, he did a good thing thinking this, right? Because the law was our schoolmaster. But a lot of us had a zeal for the Lord. A lot of us was law, but we had no faith. Soon as brothers start talking about the stone, the builders, these brothers start denying a Messiah or a mediator. Let alone they start denying the prophets. So we got a wicked heart. The way we think. That's why the Lord wants to give us a new heart. When you look at I believe it's Ezekiel 31. Hold on, let me get my physical. Ain't nothing like your physical Bible sometimes. When you just crack it open and then you just look through a page and you like, wait, hold on. Let me see. See, I know I needed it. I needed to touch it. Right? So Ezekiel, the 36th chapter. If you really want it, we got to really come back to this thing so we can be renewed, man. This is Ezekiel 36 and 24. It says, for I will take you from among the heathen. This is us being reunited when we get taken from the heathen. We're not even united now in this place. We're going to really be united when the Lord actually comes and take us from the heathen, right? It says, and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. A lot of us don't want to talk about that. We think everybody going to be saved and be a part of the kingdom. Guess what? Israel is not the land for everyone to say this is my home. 25, it says, then I will sprinkle clean water upon you. Right? That same water that you see in Isaiah 1:16, that's going to make you clean. The power of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is that wisdom. And ye shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Right? And a lot of us still have idols. You believe in some bullshit. Some people do burn that sage and think they speaking to their ancestors. Hum diddy hum hum. Grandma miss your chicken. You got some that believe in the chakra. You got some believe in Buddhism. You got some that's atheist. You got some that believe in Greek mythology still. You got some that still believe in Zeus. You might have some that believe in Mother Nature or a woman is a god. You got the Catholic Church, and there's some black people in there. They believe that God is trans. We got a whole bunch of idols that we believe in, right? Filthiness will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, which we don't have yet. And a new spirit will I put within you, which we don't have yet, right? We're working. Locally, you're working onto that, right? And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, which we don't have yet. And I will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk. Now, when we look at St. John, we got to abide in the Lord. We looking right here. He's telling you, I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. When we look at Judges 5 and 11, it tell you to rehearse the acts of Yahweh Shema Shai. He said he gonna put his spirit in you, and he's gonna cause you to walk in them. Let's look in the NLT, right? It says, I will put my spirit in you so that you will follow my decrees and be careful to obey my regulations. And you will live in Israel. Are we living in Israel? Shalom. I don't hear nobody saying shalom. So we're not in the land of Israel. The land I gave your ancestors long ago. You will be my people and I will be your power. I will cleanse you of your filthy behavior. I will give you good crops of grain, and I will send you no more famines on the land. No. And I will cleanse you. No, I was just, it was the video. I will cleanse you of your filthy behavior. How can we say we in a new covenant? How can we say these and that and this and ooh when our filthiness, Salaki, yeah, our filthiness behavior is still going on, right? Same sex is going on. It's people in Christianity saying they in the new covenant. How, Sway? Filthiness still going on, and we still teaching our brethren, right? OnlyFans. You got somebody. I'm a strong Christian. How you in a new covenant, sis? Oh, because I'm getting me a new penis. You know the Lord was gonna bless me. No, we ain't in the new covenant. You smoking a blunt. How we in the new covenant? You know what I'm saying? Brothers say we in a new covenant, but Esau is not the white man. He's the Arabs. Bro, how we in the new covenant then? We filthy rags still. How we, none of us know if we the elect. You don't know if you coming or going. Let alone a lot of us are still fasting to even get those abilities of healing, rebuking spirits, let alone to keep temptation and wicked ass spirits away from us. A lot of us are still fasting. A lot of us are still weak in the flesh. This is why we need reconciliation. We need Hamashiach Yahushai. You know, like when you get a band-aid make it all better. Oh, my boo-boo. We need our bridegroom. We need Hamashiach Yahushai to come back to cleanse us and to cleanse this place. I had paraphrase Isaiah 1:16. Isaiah 1:16. Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes, cease to do evil. Reflect on Yahweh Shem Yahushai even more. I want to get clean. I believe with this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, the more I read, the more I'm getting clean. The more I'm like where I'm at, I'm most likely always right here, reading, watching video, sharpening my sword, because there's nothing else outside of this. Besides me balling, talking to my Akim, what else besides scrolling on my damn phone, playing the game, going in my studio, making music for the Lord? What else? Traveling? What else? It's nothing else that keeps my happiness, let alone my why. Hey, I love you, baby. I love you, babe. I love my kids. But what else after that? Ain't nothing else gonna keep you courageous. Ain't nothing else gonna have you striving. Ain't nothing else better than trying to seek to better yourself. I want the kingdom. And I know just sitting down thinking I'm a good guy is gonna get me there. I always have to sharpen myself where I'm less prideful, I'm less angry. I'm getting mad. I could be studying, somebody can text me, and I'm not mad at them. It's just simple fact. As soon as I know somebody texts me, I know it's there and it's in my mind. I gotta hurry up and go read it. That's me. I know my mind, so I'd be mad with me. Damn, bro, you reading. And as soon as I get done, I drop that pen and I'm looking at my phone. I just took 20 minutes away from reading and seeking this word to go scroll on my damn phone or to read a dang text message. Then guess what? I'm watching a video. I got to go back 5 minutes because even if I can remember the last verse he said, I have to make sure it's stuck in me. So I got to reverse 5 minutes again. Or like I was reading like second Esdras from 2 to 4 or whatever, it was sometimes I was getting precepts for a verse. I had to go back and read 10 verses back just to make sure it didn't leave me. And that's when you're so excited for the ministry. You go back on what you were reading to read it again. Read it again. I really just didn't want to do it live until later. Go, actually finally go to sleep. But for some reason, I'm getting motivated by this brother video. Let alone I see my brother Yawasab doing this thing on TikTok. I'm like, dang, we really think the Gentiles are other nation, man. I get one precept, then I get another. I'm like, oh, hell nah. I got to keep going. So now I'm just going in my notes. I'm looking at my word like, okay, I was going to use, through the Spirit, I was going to use my big book to make the lesson long. I was going to, but I said, you know what? I want to go 20 minutes straight to the point. And it didn't happen. I went an hour long with only 10 precepts. You know what I'm saying? With only 10. And I usually just do this just in case, like if I got to go back and study again, let alone somebody else can be dealing with something, I can send them the notes. But me just using this as an example is just when I see that the Lord says, in a little wrath, I hide my face from thee for a moment. It had me thinking like, yo, man, after I get done, man, I got to pray. I got to tell the Lord, please let me see something. Please give me a dream. Like, man, hey, Yahweh, man, tell me what other lesson you want me to do. Now, I'm about to end this live, but I want to show you something that motivated me. And Lord willing, I can bless you today. Lord willing, you can watch this testimony that this brother got. I didn't want to show nobody yet, but then I would be wrong if I don't show y'all. So today is our lucky day. I am about to get this video that I am talking about. And I'm about to make sure everybody and their mama is able to see this. Regardless if you do or if you don't want to see it, I'm putting it up. So where is it? Let me see. Hold on, family. Please hold on 1 second. The computer loading. And I'm not gonna lie, it might not even play as well because it's basically a video. It's a video. And I know how most of these videos work. Sometimes when I'm on StreamYard and I'm playing a video, it want to act a little fruitacious. So let's see if they gonna have mercy on me today. For right now. This is a brother I follow on the book. His name is Jamal King. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3, it says, the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai are in every place, beholding the evil and the good, right?
Give this testimony, Lord gives me visions, and this morning he gave me one that and this is really for my people, man. This is serious. The first vision the Lord gave me, he showed me, he took my body or my walk, because I asked him to show me, Father, can you show me what's going to happen? Can you show me the future? And I remember the first time he took my spirit, and the vision I had today is piggyback off the one I had before. And he took me up to the heavens. And when he took me up to the heavens, I saw a ship, but it looked like a black locust. It was huge. And I was I would say about 300 yards underneath.
You're just slowing down so y'all can catch it. Let me try to like close my video. Hey, if that don't work, I'm gonna just play it on my phone because this joint gonna keep doing this.
No, I'll take that back. Maybe half a mile underneath, and I can see it, but it seemed close. It was so big. But I say, Father, I want to witness this. Take me up close. So he took my spirit. He took me, and I felt my whole body go up right underneath it. And I was like right underneath, just like my garage shit. I was right here. And I looked, and as I looked, the body.
I just showed on mine because this joint gonna act a little frugazy. I'm sorry, y'all. It always do that, man. So I'm gonna play it back.
Give this testimony, Lord gives me visions, and this morning he gave me one that and this is really for my people, man. This is serious. The first vision the Lord gave me, he showed me, he took my body or my ruach, because I asked him to show me, Father, can you show me what's going to happen? Can you show me the future? And I remember the first time he took my spirit, and this vision I had today is piggyback off the one I had before. And he took me up to the heavens. And when he took me up to the heavens, I saw a ship, but it looked like a black locust. It was huge. And I was I would say about 300 yards underneath. No, I'll take that back, maybe half a mile underneath. And I can see it, but it seemed close. It was so big. But I say, Father, I want to witness this. Take me up close. So he took my spirit. He took me, and I felt my whole body go up right underneath it. And I was like right underneath, just like my garage shit. I was right here. And I looked, and as I looked, the body was like a locust, but it was like it was alive. It was like it was still living. I could see like light go through it, but yet it was still like a ship. Almost like in Ezekiel when he said a wheel within a wheel, and wherever the angels went or whatever, the chariot followed them, it was alive. But I couldn't believe. I said, Father, what is this? And I looked, and all of a sudden, I said, Father, what is it? He backed me up. When he backed me up, he took me about a quarter mile back. And then all of a sudden, I seen locusts everywhere. They was beautiful, though. Skin was like the most, I never seen nothing like it. And he said, son, this is exactly how I'm coming together, my children, from the four corners of the earth. We're coming like locusts. And he took me down, and I could see him. And I couldn't believe it. And it was so real. I woke up crying. Same thing today. It was weird. I was sitting in the bed, and as I'm sitting in the bed, and I was asleep. I was in a deep sleep, but then it was like I was awake. All of a sudden, the room, the ceiling opened up. When the ceiling opened up, I could look straight up in the heavens. When I looked up, I saw darts.
Sorry, y'all.
Like 5 darts of light, but they shot that way, almost like a ship or something. Then I saw more lights, and they shot the other way. More lights, they shot the other way. And I was like, man, what is this? It was amazing me. And all of a sudden, as I'm looking up in the heavens, I saw something look like a sickle. It had a hook on it one way and then a hook another. And it ran this way, and they was just floating everywhere. Then all of a sudden, they came down. I could see them coming down. And as it was floating down, it was floating like this. And then it broke off, and I realized it was ice or something. Then I heard my daughter in the other room with her mother saying, it's ice, this shower coming, the ice shower. So I didn't know what, and as I looked, Father, if this is real, I'll be able to feel whatever's coming down. And the sickle broke. Half of it floated. When it floated down, and it floated right into my hand, and I was able to crunch it. And I couldn't believe it. It was just like ice, like I was really awake. And I say, Father, what? And as I said that, I looked up into the heavens, and all of a sudden the clouds opened up. When they opened up, there was this black, it was like space in a circle to get these beautiful blue lights in it. They were so beautiful, they were like diamonds and rubies, but they were alive. And then all of a sudden, I see these lights, they kind of like spent like this. And then all of a sudden, the clouds started opening up. It started opening up. And the Lord is like, we're here. Go waiting. And in a moment, I'm going to gather my children. I got excited. I got up and I ran to go get my wife. I ran, and it looked like we was in the house. There was other people in the living room, 2 people. That wasn't my wife. So I looked out the side, which was like a patio. It was like a group of us together. I don't know why there was so many people at this house. But when I looked outside, the people that were outside were sitting, but my wife wasn't there. So I couldn't find her. And so as I was getting ready to go back, the Lord was like, I've shown you what I need to show you. We're here. We're here. And we're about to gather the remnant from the 4 corners of the earth. Folks, I'm telling you right now, I don't know what people are saying in the heavens. I don't know what's going on out here, because after I had the last vision, I haven't really been looking. But I'm telling you right now that the Lord, he gave me a real vision, even to the point where I actually felt everything that was going on. And I'm telling you right now, this moment, they're watching us and they know everything that's going on. You better come out of sin. You better stop doing the things you have no business doing, because I'm telling you, these chariots up here and our brethren. Remember Isaiah, the prophet was told, he bowed down to them. They said, don't bow down to me. He said, I'm one of your fellow brethren. And that's what's up there. And they look like me and my other brothers and sisters. I know what I know. This was a real vision, and I saw it. Folks, get yourselves right, because the Lord is getting ready to come through the Americas and the 4 corners of the earth to gather his children. But there's judgment, not on just us, but there's judgment on the whole world. And our judgment, we've been through so much, we're remnant. But the rest of the world, he said he's coming back to dip his garments. So those chariots that are up there watching it, they're watching everything right now as we speak. They're watching. If you think I'm just talking, I'm telling you, you're going to see. I don't know when, but soon everybody's going to see that we have a living Father. And right now, when he says that he's going to gather his children, he's got ships everywhere. So you better get it right, because I'm telling you, I've seen it, and it's real. It's real. It's real.
Every time when I say it, I always say, get it right, get it tight. Get it right and get it tight. I got a precept because he said the chariots was like locusts. Now, I'm just gonna bring this precept out. I'm just saying, man, y'all tell me what y'all get out of it. When you look at Revelations, the 9th chapter, and I'm gonna just verse 7, what y'all get at that? It says, "In the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses." And of course, brothers, horses is symbolic to power, right? And what did he say? He says the angel in the chariot was like one, like the chariot was alive, right? It says, and horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. What do y'all think y'all get from that, man? Look, even when you go up, right? Because look, damn, that's crazy. I'm gonna start at just start at verse 3, where it says, "And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth. Unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass or the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of the Most High in their foreheads." Right? Salaki, y'all. So I'm gonna read it again. Salaki. It said, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not seal of God in their forehead. In verse 5, it says, and to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses, and a locust is small as hell. A horse is big as hell. It says, prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. So now these locusts look like horses, and their faces was like faces of men. So what we talking about? Narnia? It says, and they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots, of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is in the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew tongue is Abda. Huh? Okay, no. See you later.
Oh, see you later.
But in the Greek tongue, have his name Apollyon. Woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. And then we can keep on going. But that was just the first thought I got as soon as that brother said what he said, man. He said it was like a locust. But other than that, Lord willing, we got some edification besides the side stuff that I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, everybody was edified. You know, I was. So now, Lord willing, everybody can understand that they need reconciliation, right? We need to be reunited back with the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And of course, our nation need to be back to being reunited as one. Till next time, Lord willing, that was edifying. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world in he calls Jesus the Christ. It's your brother Adar with the brothers from 716 Israelites. If I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, I damn sure can do it. Get it right, get it tight, get your spirit right, and get them precepts tight. The Lord is not working on our time or your time. He works on his time. He never early, never late. He is always on time. So till next time, Lord willing. Shalom. Kwam Yeshua.